Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Tim, Braden, Second Legacy, you are amazing. And oh, do we have a fun one for you today. This is one of those where we just found a bunch of little things, an amalgamation, a smorgasbord, if you will, of gun controller folly to bring for your pleasure and enjoyment. So please, guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. You are going to love every second of this, and I hope you enjoy the sarcasm and humor. Let's get it, Tim. What do you want to talk about today, Tim? How's life? Vending machines, gun control politicians running racketeering, and gun running, anti-gun people shooting people.
Vending machines, like where you can buy ammunition?
Oh, yeah. No. Those are the newest vending machines. This is a different type of vending machine because this one, Tim, is the anti-ammunition vending machine. But
oh, really?
Yes, that was a very good pull.
It's a vending machine for taxes?
No.
Like, you walk up to the vending machine and just taxes you?
No. That's just called life. Anything you buy, that just happens. No, Tim, this one is an anti-ammo distribution vending machine of sorts. You know how
you dump your ammo in it?
No. So you know how the gun rights advocates are saying, hey, let's sell ammo through a vending machine. That's cool. Lefty freak out. Then in Milwaukee, they've got safety kiosks and safety vending machines. Just let me get into this. You're going to love every second of it, Tim. Every single second. And this is just the first one. So this is number one, something happening in Milwaukee, Minnesota. Milwaukee harm reduction vending machines combat opioid crisis, gun violence. So, of course, naturally, Tim, that caught my attention. The opioid thing, okay, not good. Let's get rid of that. But the gun violence and opioids together, doesn't that seem kind of weird coming from a vending machine?
Yeah, that sounds fun. And by the way, did you say opioid crisis, gun violence?
No, just normal comma. Okay. Normal comma. No law. No law, just comma. Yes.
All right, anyway.
Yes. God, yours is almost worse than hers.
Dude, she is the most nasally, most annoying person ever.
It's pretty bad. Well,
yeah.
Let me show you this. We're going to save lives, Tim. We're going to save lives from this gun violence epidemic because it's the same as health, right? Yeah, listen to this. From an article from August 13th, this is number 2. I think you guys will find this fascinating. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley and the Milwaukee County Department of Health and Human Services Behavioral Health Sciences have expanded harm reduction vending machine efforts. So, I mean, that sounds positive, right?
So you just walk up and put 25 cents in, you get a little harm reduction?
No, it's free. No, I'm pretty sure it's free.
Oh, it's a freebie.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So
communism.
This is what happens. Oh, communism. No, Tim, this is just redistribution for the health of our people.
Capitalist society.
No. I'm sure they have vouchers or something. Well, here's number 3. Let's get into the details because there's something I want to know how they're going to solve the gun violence crisis. Milwaukee County DHHS Behavioral Health Sciences Services installed 11 vending machines last year and is adding 8, increasing the total number of harm reduction vending machines to 19 throughout the county. So I'm sure that we are seeing positive benefits from this, right? All about opioids and gun violence. Well, here's how they're going to solve this problem. And this is just the first little nugget. We're going to have fun with it. Number 4. The initiative aims to combat the opioid crisis as well as gun violence in Milwaukee. The vending machines dispense harm reduction supplies such as nasal naloxone, fentanyl test strips, drug deactivation pouches, medication lock bags, and gun locks.
So, in case you're dying of an opioid, overdose, just run to the closest vending machine and grab yourself a little Narcan. Yeah, and while you're there, get a gun lock.
Get a gun lock, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, hey, I'll donate to that machine. I got a whole bunch of gun locks that come with every handgun I purchase I don't use, so I'll just
and they're all crap.
Their way.
Yeah, they're all crap. It's so fascinating, Tim, because I was thinking about this. I was really reflecting on this. I was like the thinking man vibe, like this. I was like, right. The one thing that I think would solve all the violence in crime where guns are used by humans and criminals, put available gun locks in opioid testing supplies in the same vending machine, because the people that go to those vending machines definitely would be looking for a gun safety option.
Yeah. Well, they would be. And I'm sure they would use them too, the gangbanger swinging by to make sure his stash isn't laced with fentanyl with the test strip. He may want to deactivate the drugs in case he's going in for an interview for his, medical license or whatever. Get a little deactivation pouch that he can inject himself with that just in case he's a little too high, and then pick up the gun lock too.
You got to get a gun lock. So he can
lock the gun up in the car before he goes into his medical interview. It's just
totally do.
Boy, these guys are great. These people should really be running the country. They got some great ideas.
They really should. They are on it because, like I said, man. If only we had more of these in all the crime-ridden areas in Democrat-run cities where gun control was existing, but there was still gun violence, as they call it. If we just had more vending machines where the criminals could just walk up and save themselves from the evil guns with gun locks that were available in an opioid vending machine, why would you not?
Yep. And we were talking about this area last time in a previous video. We're talking about, the cars being at fault for violence. Yes. And maybe we could have a free vending machine where they give out. You remember in the 80s and 90s had those steering wheel locks that were just big bars?
The big bars with the little hook.
Yeah, you just walk by, get a free steering wheel lock and some fentanyl test strips and a little Narcan. And hey, that's like a fun Saturday night right there.
Easy peasy, baby. But, okay, so now that we put the sarcasm away for a second, what? Like, this is the big solve. This is it. You could put gun locks in vending machines. Yeah. Taxpayer funded, 19 of them for those that would also be struggling from opioid addiction.
Yeah, just swing by, pick up all your free stuff, and then run right over to eBay and sell it for a profit. Because it's free, it's taxpayer, so just it's a great way to make a little extra cash, on the side.
It's just because Tim, if you really think about it, I'm going to turn the sarcasm back on. It's more fun with it on. If you're gonna do opioids like one does, why would you not go ahead and make sure it's safe opioids that are against the law and test them to make sure there's no fentanyl laced inside of them with taxpayer funded items from conveniently placed vending machines? You know what? If I was gonna opioid, that's the way to opioid.
Yeah.
It's not like they're encouraging people to use opioids and making it easier. I guess the thought process is, they're going to use opioids anyway. We might as well make them safe about it. But for some reason, Tim, I don't know, that's weird because guns are going to exist, but we can't just make them safe about that. That's weird because they're both the same vending machine. That's odd.
It's kind of cool. Because look, it's Saturday. You're going to go out and get high. And you swung by your buddy's house, picked up a bag full of something. You don't know what exactly, but you paid good money for it. So you swing by the free vending machine, get your fentanyl test strip, pick up a gun lock because when you ingest the opioid, you don't know if you're going to go a little crazy because there could be PCP or something on it too, which they don't have a test strip for that. But you could get a little nuts. So you want to lock your gun up, then test your drugs, then ingest the drugs, go have a good time, wake up, 3 or 4 days later, and then unlock your gun and go to the range to do a little practice. It seems to make sense. It flows nicely.
It does check out. Okay, sarcasm off. They're actually doing this. Make me cough. Okay.
You need a fentanyl test strip, dude. What's in that
coffee?
I
need to go over to those vending machines.
You need one outside the house, dude.
And while I'm there, I obviously definitely need a gun lock too because, they're there. Why not? Oh, that's stupid number one. I think that was pretty stupid. Don't you think so? It was pretty dumb.
Everything they do is stupid.
Well, but
look who we're talking about here.
Really, I know. But that was really in your face, right? You know what? Let's just move on to the next one, which is just a statement into itself and the topic of the title. This is numbers 5. Denver anti-gun advocate arrested for murder and shooting death at birthday party.
Shocking.
Son of a building block. That's weird.
This is history repeating itself.
God in heaven, dude.
What? It's always the anti-gunners that are doing bad things with guns, isn't it?
I'm going to give them at least 70-30. I'm not going to give them always, because sometimes,
Well, but it seems like some of the most vocal in the leftist
political
circles seem to have a problem with being a little bit hypocritical.
A little.
I submit to the jury, Leland Yee. This is a representative from California. And back in 2015, he pled guilty to all sorts of things. And things that racketeering, gun dealing, and being associated with a radical Islamic group that actually has an interesting acronym called MILF. And he was trying to sell them shoulder-fired rockets and machine guns that he had acquired illegally. and then pled guilty to that in 2015. Did a whole 5 years in prison. Got out in 2020.
Yeah,
and
that's weird.
even the judge had something to say about old Leland there. So what is it with the anti-gunners doing things like this?
I don't know. Maybe that Denver anti-gunner. Maybe there was a piece in the local news, which is a really rough news spot. But maybe there's answers in there. You want to check it out real quick? This is number 6. Check this out.
I'm here at a gym at 2360 Dayton in Aurora, where Lumumba Sayers Sr. and his son, Lumumba Sayers Jr., started this gym. It's called the Heavy Hands, Heavy Hearts Community Center. And the mantra behind this gym was to put your guns down and put your gloves up. So in other words, work out your problems with your fists, not with guns. That's what they dedicated their lives to. And so many questions as to why Lumumba Sayers Sr. allegedly went out and killed someone with a gun over the weekend. His friends and family say he might have been triggered by the fact that his son's death, again at the hands of a gun in an alleged gunfight, happened August 19th of 2023. Let's hear what Lumumba Sayers Sr. said about the killing of his son.
I was a fighter, but my son was a fighter. I'm talking about veteran fighters. He was making them look like amateurs. So yeah, my son, he died taking up for his sister and his cousin. She's like,
okay.
Interesting choice of words there by the narrator.
Yeah, wasn't it? I'll tell you, like, a moment of honesty. Like, it sucks that the guy's son died from a interaction with someone who killed him with a gun, which really sucks. And that's got to be an insurmountable amount of pain, legitimately. But to become an anti-gun advocate and then to go use a gun, it kind of completes this cycle, doesn't it? Like, it kind of reinforces this kind of vengeance back and forth thing. I don't know. I'm
more drawn into the hypocrisy of it all.
Okay.
The narrator, she went out and said that his son died at the hands of a gun. So guns have hands now, folks. See, this goes to the whole talking point that the anti-gunners seem to constantly adopt, and that is inanimate objects are the problem and not the people misusing them. And so they keep going after the inanimate objects. But I'll guarantee you I know how this person likely voted, and it's not the guns we have a problem with.
Mm-hmm. Well,
don't ban the inanimate objects, ban the animate objects that do things like this. The criminal! Yeah.
Well, it's pretty, like you said, it's pretty obvious that an anti-gun activist is not going to vote Republican. Let's just call it what it is, right?
Yeah,
so,
if you're that staunchly anti-gun, you're not voting for a Republican.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. You're going somewhere else. You're finding your goods elsewhere. That's what you're doing.
Right. Either don't vote or you vote left.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly right. Well, you brought something up. You with Leland Yee, that guy? Yeah, the other hypocrisy thing? Yeah, you brought him up. I want to read the actual articles available on him real quick. Just some of the details. This guy was, oh, God in heaven. All right. So this is number 7, Dr. Slides. This guy, Yee, he's an American former politician who served as a member of the California State Senate, which covered parts of San Francisco and the peninsula. Well, now San Francisco is a left gun control bastion. So maybe, I don't know, since he's the second highest ranking Democrat in the California Assembly, maybe he had some background for gun control. You think so, Tim?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Number 8, listen to what he said, and then I'll reiterate exactly what Tim had said earlier. Yee was a vocal advocate for gun control, both before and while engaged in gun running. During sentencing, federal district judge Charles Bayer called Yee's actions vile and the arms dealings particularly hypocritical, given the politician's history of gun control. In 2006, Yee was named to the Gun Violence Prevention Honor Roll by the Brady campaign. Oh, yes, Brady, let's go. For his efforts that include... Yeah, it did. He's a good choice. In his efforts that included co-authoring a first-in-the-nation bill to require new semi-automatic handguns be equipped with ballistics identification technology known as microstamping. Then he proposed legislation to ban any semi-automatic rifle that used a bullet button to make the rifle a fixed magazine rifle, would ban conversion kits and rifles, according to the press release, blah, 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 significantly, blah, blah, blah. This guy's full-on gun control, and he's doing gun running.
Yeah. Specifically, buying automatic firearms and shoulder-launched missiles.
Oh, that's next.
He wasn't selling to. He was buying. Yeah, from. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is number 9. So this is in 2015. This isn't ancient history, right? This is just a good example of hypocrisy. In 2015, Yee pled guilty to felony racketeering charges for money laundering, political corruption, arms trafficking, and bribery. Yee was arrested by the FBI on charges related to public corruption and gun trafficking, specifically buying automatic firearms and shoulder-launched missiles from the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, as we all know, an Islamist extremist group located in the southern Philippines who clearly don't know American acronyms. Because if you're going to choose a militant Islamic group, I mean, I know what I'm going with.
Yeah,
it's DILF. That's what I'm going with.
If your friend calls you up on Friday night, like, "Hey man, I got this new bar. I'm gonna go hang out. You want to go hang out with me? Hang out with some milfs?" And you're like, "Yeah." And then you get there, and it's the
talk about a catfish
front. You're like, "Whoa, can I get some shoulder-fired missiles while I'm here?" It's
You remember the Jeff Dunham thing with with Ahmed the dead terrorist?
Yes.
Are these my versions? Oh God.
You get 72 virgin goats. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right. It didn't specify. So,
don't you just love it though? I mean, look, this is an ongoing thing, and these two guys aren't the only people to fall victim to their own hypocrisy in the gun grabbing world. This goes on all the time, and and this is why I have a real hard time taking these politicians seriously. What's driving this conversation on their side? I don't know. I don't know why this guy is out buying missiles and machine guns and all this other stuff while actively trying to ban them for everybody else. Matter of fact, if the laws passed that he was backing, it would make his business even more difficult.
Tim, I think I have it.
What you have? What, the reasoning?
Yeah, I think.
All right, let's hear it, man, because I want to hear this.
Require large calibers.
Say again.
Yeah. Said MILFs require large calibers, large ordnance, like you do.
Oh, the MILF jokes.
Oh, they never stop.
They never stop.
That caliber.
I'm just not going to bring gerbils into this conversation.
Don't even, because that's a different conversation.
That's a completely different conversation. MILFs and gerbils just don't go together. Krassenstein brothers. But anyway.
Hey, different thing.
All right, so are we done with this? Have we had enough fun at their expense? All right.
Oh, yeah. No, we have. We've done just enough where we might insult just the right amount of people before we carry on. Perfect.
So, folks, just remember, do not support gun-grabbing politicians because they are hypocrites! And they want to take your rights away. Thanks for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.